We're 5 minutes in. So let's look at these books that we have this week for Comicus. Segments on Twitch? I might. I mean, it would be really hard to just... I'm going to pause this game that people tuned in to see and talk about a comic book for 10 minutes. I might as well try selling real estate. We have this amazing bungalow in Florida, and we just want you to come up for a weekend. You know, enjoy yourself. Everything fully paid for. We just want to talk to you about it. You know, I might as well do that then. Timeshares. We'll do timeshares. Okay, 1 second here. We have Wonder Woman, number 28. Metal! Dark Knights. That's right, not Dark Knight. Dark Knights. Metal. Number 1. Astonishing X-Men. Number 2. I love how they put the giant 2 there. It's kind of crazy. At first I thought when I saw this before the book came out, I thought it was like 2.0. Like, I thought there was something crazy they were doing. And I was just like, no, they just made number 2 fucking huge. Like, okay. Okay. All new Guardians of the Galaxy number 8. Oh, wait, hold on here. Oh, no, I did say it was number 2. Sorry about that. In fact, I focused on number 2 for a long time there. Number 8, all new Guardians of the Galaxy. So those are the 4 books we're going to be looking at, and that's the order we're going to be looking at them in. For Comicus! We interrupt your video game to bring you this comic book review. Yes. Yes. You know what I might as well do? Like a stand-up comic, I should just pull out a newspaper and just start reading articles and just like doing like topical jokes from the newspaper and rip between games and see how people enjoy that. It's another idea. I think that'd be popular both Twitch and YouTube. VCR, good to see you. How you doing? I'm not late. Oh, a day late. Yes, you are correct. I thought you meant the time. It's the same time. It is a day late because I went to see Beck. I apologize. First time Beck has been in my neck of woods in 20 years. Had to see him. It was an amazing show. 90 minutes. It was great. It was great. Messed up your week? Well, it'll be back to Wednesday next week, so don't worry about that. It might be in the new room next week, by the way. Xbox Live Mike and I might be looking at fixing up the new room tomorrow. So, Charlie Brown was quite the hoot. A hoot and a holler? Okay, let's get on to the books. Wonder Woman number 28. Okay, so in here we have Wonder Woman helping her longtime friend Etta Candy, who got hurt really badly. Basically, she picks her up from the hospital, and then she's protecting her from an assassin that attacks Etta's house. And Etta's badass, as usual. Just like if you saw the Wonder Woman comic, she's badass. I was surprised, though. I had no idea. Etta Candy looks completely, utterly different than she did in the movie. I didn't know they did that. I have no problem with it, but I was shocked. Like, I did not know who the person was at first. I was like... She just signed out Etta Candy out of the hospital. Who is this person? So that was mildly amusing for me. I must admit. Oh God, I did. I messed up that schedule, huh? That's scary. But yeah, so she protects her from this assassin, and Etta holds her own. But of course, Wonder Woman springs into action, and she's awesome and Wonder Woman-y. And she gets to use, as they show it here, the lasso of truth is used, and used really well against the assassin to find out that more assassins are on their way. And it's kind of a weird cliffhanger where you see the 4 assassins waiting to attack. And usually I try not to spoil a book, but it's hard not to spoil this issue because it wasn't a massive revelation. You know, there was a feeling that more was coming than this just one assassin. So yeah, it was good. I liked it. On to the next book. Usually we do 2 books, and then I go and I go a full screen again, and then come back to the other two books. Here we have Dark Knight's Metal! Yeah! Okay, it's not metal, yeah, it's just metal. Dark Knight's #1, Metal. This is a huge event. So huge that DC wanted all the comic book shops to open at midnight on Tuesday night, which would technically be Wednesday morning, to sell this book. And they had a special cover only available at midnight. Now, unfortunately, I was not able to get there at midnight. I would have liked to have, but that was not in the cards, as it were. So this is just, I think, the coolest of the there's like 4 covers for this book. It's crazy. One has Superman, one has, I thought one had Wonder Woman, and one had, I'm not even sure now, I apologize. There's different covers, though. That's a big thing. This book is damn good. I can say just wow, because I feel that Marvel Comics has been struggling with their gigantic crossovers, okay? I like Secret Empire from Marvel, but not every issue has been good. There have been some questionable things and occurrences. It's much, much stronger than Civil War II was. Civil War II, I just gave up. I got halfway through and I was like, you know, I don't buy most of the things happening here. I don't feel this is that well done. And I just gave up on it. And now for Dark Knight series, the Dark Knights series, we've had The Casting and The Forge, both one-shots, which talk about Nth Metal. And Nth Metal is basically this insane metal that exists out of the periodic table of elements and leads us to the idea that there is a alternate, a dark version of the multiverse. Now, it's crazy as they haven't put the pieces together yet, but I'm guessing it'll be 52 dark versions of the multiverse. Because in DC, the idea is the multiverse is 52. That was the reason they did the New 52. I think initially it was just because they wanted to sell 52 different books a month, but which was crazy. But ultimately, I think that's when they set it on the idea of 2 of the 52 multiverse. This book is really good. This is really good. This is a turning point for DC Comics as a whole. This isn't just you're a Batman fan. This is if you're a DC Comics fan. The final page, I will not ruin for you. That is like the equivalent of almost a war crime if I were to ruin the final page of this. It is so out of left field and so awesome and also worrying if you're a fan of what you see on the final page. If you know who that is and you're like, oh shit, you know, but I have faith in Scott Snyder. I feel he's a really good writer. I feel he'll be able to pull this off. And it starts out, okay, with Mongol, and instead of a war world, he's built a war moon. And there's like no build up to it. The JLA are in these weird armor outfits that actually restrain them. These are not outfits that are great. They're restraining outfits. Each part of the outfit makes them not be able to use their abilities. And Mongol, running War World, is working with the Toy Man. But I believe it's a new Toy Man because the other one was named something Shot. And this one, Winslow Shot, this person has a completely different name. So I'm not exactly sure who this is as Toy Man, but he calls him the Toy Man. Anyway, Toy Man has created these specific creature things, mechanical, that are fighting the JLA. And they can't do anything. Superman can't do anything. Batman can't do anything. Wonder Woman can't do anything. The JLA are fucking powerless against these machines. It is insane. And you're like, what is happening here? What is going on? And so all of a sudden, Batman realizes that the name of these machines is actually the way to defeat them. that the Toy Man is freaked out by Mongol, doesn't want to be there, and basically forced to be there and create these things. So what happens is he tells everyone they need to open up the mouth or jaws of the creature that they're fighting, whatever robot it is, and punch in a symbol that's in their mouth. It had to do with basically this insane Voltron scene, I kid you not, of these machines combining with each member of the JLA to create this insane Voltron-type construct. And then they don't even show you. This is how good the book is and how ballsy it is. They create this thing and don't even show you how they get off the war moon. They build it and you don't see any action. They just sort of do a cutaway. And you're sitting there like, oh my god, what a huge mistake. It's not. Then we have the Nighthawks. The Nighthawks are like a secret organization created by Carter Hall, apparently, also known as Hawkman. And for many, many lifetimes, they've been hunting down the nth metal, which is what basically poisoned him and Kendra Saunders, also known as Hawkwoman, and basically made them live multiple lives over and over and over. So it's a weird type of poisoning. It's not normal, but it altered their blood chemistry or something, and it did that. Well, this all goes back to that event when that happened to them and the metal that was used that got into their bloodstream, which is crazy because it ties together Hawkman, who was in the forge and the casting. It ties that in extremely well, and there's an amazing scene where Batman, who's always thinking, they basically realize that he's gonna basically cause the apocalypse, possibly, okay? So the Nighthawks pull guns on him, and they're all ready to shoot him. Red Tornado busts in and just takes everyone down. Basically, Batman set it up so Red Tornado popped in and was able to make it so he could leave. It was awesome. Awesome. And I'm not even ruining the best parts of this book. It was damn good. The metal was damn good. Metal 1. Okay, 1 second here. I understand, Prince. I'm sorry. As far as I know, I don't have any drop frames, so I do apologize, though, for it. But it's really good to see it here now. Okay, so next up we have 2 more books, including X-Men, Astonishing X-Men, number 2. Now, because issue 1 is out, and that spoiler's already in the ether, I can let you know that this storyline is about one of the worst X-Men villains. Not as in he's a lame villain, as in he's extremely dangerous, extremely powerful. He's known as Amal Farouk, but you might know him more as the Shadow King. And this is a really good issue. Basically, it's a battle between Professor Xavier, who is, well, his physical body's dead, but his spirit is still there, and Amal Farouk, basically putting on a play. Okay, this gets kind of meta. Putting on a play where different members of the X-Men are playing each other and showing these dark, terrible things that happened in the X-Men history to try to break down and destroy the X-Men so Amal Farouk, the Shadow King, can control them. It's very good. It's very good. If you're an X-Men fan, I think this is, to me right now, this is the X-Men book to read. If you're going to read a secondary, I'd say X-Men Blue is really good. I didn't like X-Men Gold. The last arc I thought was really weak, and obviously it's an X-Men book, so I'll take a look at, see what the next arc is. But the connective tissue so far to it wasn't that good either, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. But Astonishing X-Men is very good. It's only on issue 2. I'm very interested to see how issue 3 goes. If I have to just get one X-Men book a month, then it would probably be this one. There's some pretty neat things going on here. And I'm just looking at the tip of the iceberg. I'm not going into the absurd details about what Amal's able to do and certain reactions from certain members of the X-Men. There's a great reveal because there's something up with a certain character that was in issue 1 that seemed completely off. And it's answered here as to why. And that's a great reveal. Oddly enough, it doesn't really have to do with the Shadow King. That's something separate. I thought it was Shadow King related, but it isn't. And what it is pretty amazing. It's really weird, though, because they did an alternate cover for this issue where they put it right on the front cover as this character. Like, here's the massive spoiler, and it's a really cool cover. It's got awesome colors. It looks great. But it's like an alternate cover where you have to spend like an extra couple bucks to get it. Usually an alternate cover you just pick up and the store will have multiples, but some are limited by certain artists and they charge a little more for them. So I thought that was an odd decision on their part to do that, to be honest with you. And finally today we have all new Guardians of the Galaxy. As you know, I really enjoyed this series. I did not expect to. I was not expecting the fun-loving take of the Marvel Universe of the Guardians to work so well as a comic book and to not completely, you know, piss on the original series and the original cast of the Guardians of the Galaxy and the original comics from Marvel. So I've been really happy with this, and it's fun, it's enjoyable. The villains are cracking jokes as much as the heroes. It's been very entertaining. In this issue, we have Rocket Raccoon, who's been poisoned by this guy right here. And for most of the issue, Star-Lord is actually trying to hunt him down and to find the cure for the poison. But there's a lot more to it. There's a great scene, a great reveal actually, not a huge spoiler, but a funny scene where Rocket Raccoon is being carried around by Gamora in one of those baby carriers on her chest. And it's hilarious because she needed him, even though he's really, you know, having difficulty and he's in terrible shape because of the poisoning. She needed his eyes because she had to make fixes to the engine because someone put a kill switch at the engine of the Milano. So that was awesome. That was like, okay, that's really funny, and I like how that worked out. There's also this excellent scene where you see Groot about to sacrifice himself, even though it's little baby Groot. He's not big, giant, tough Groot. He was about to sacrifice himself to save his friend Rocket, using himself to filter out the poisons in Rocket's system, which probably would have killed young baby Groot. But Rocket stops him immediately and says, no. He goes, he never calls him Star-Lord. Quill's going to find a way. Peter's going to find a way. So that was a great scene too. And that's the kind of thing this book is filled with. Great scenes, great sense of humor, and really great heists. And what Peter Quill does to the gentleman right here is pretty fantastic. And in this issue, at least, that helmet's not taken off. But this person knows Peter intimately. So it's pretty interesting as we'll find out who that is. So that's another cool thing. Okay, everybody, those are the 4 books that we're going to be looking at today. And now we have to start paring it down for Comicus. So give me 1 second. I just got to put things in the proper order of how it's all going to work out. Hopefully I don't screw this up. Okay, I didn't screw it up. Good. There we go. So first off, Wonder Woman was good. I didn't think it was like groundbreaking or amazing, but it was a good issue, and it showed the friendship between her and Etta Candy, and it showed the lengths she'll go to protect somebody, even to the point where she starts questioning, maybe my being in Edda's life is endangering her, and maybe I'm endangering my other friends like Steve Trevor as well. So it was pretty good. I liked it. However, this isn't about pretty good. Wonder Woman number 28. Pretty good. Just ain't good enough. I know, I think I said that a week or two ago, but I still like it. Anyway, not a bad issue. If you like Wonder Woman, it's pretty cool and awesome. But we're looking at the number 1 book of these 4. So I unfortunately have to strip you of your bag and board. And toss you to Themyscira. I think I pronounced that right. I don't know. I think that's the pronunciation. Okay. Next up. All New Guardians of the Galaxy number 8. Oh, again, it's important to know that except for the final book, these aren't in order of how much I liked them. I will kind of elaborate that on after I chose Comicus is chosen, but until that point, no. Okay, so All New Guardians of the Galaxy number 8. Again, I thought it was really good. I thought there was a great sense of humor. I liked everything that Peter went through. His plan always seems to like backfire, but then end up working, which is entertaining. Because it's like he wins by grit or luck a lot of the time. And the great character moment with Groot was really good, as was the hilarious picture of Rocket in a baby carrier, which he did not like, of course. He was humiliated by that, especially when Peter saw it. He was happy Peter was there with the antidote, but he could have stood not being seen that way by Peter especially. However, as good as this was this week, it wasn't at Comicus level this week, at least. I'm sure it could be some week, but just not this week. So, I strip it of its bag and board, Guardians of the Galaxy number 8, and I send it to Ego, the living planet. Astonishing X-Men number 2. I really like where this is headed. I think it's great. I feel that this might have been better than issue 1 even, and I thought issue 1 was damn good. To me, right now, this is the X-Men book to read. As I said before, Blue is really good, but I think this is the better one. However, this week, there's a book that was even better than this. So, Astonishing X-Men number 2. Most weeks you might have won Comicus. Not this week. As I eventually get it out of the bag and board, I strip it of its bag and board, and I throw it into Amal Farouk's mindscape, we'll call it. I don't know what else to say or what words to use for that place, but oh well. Okay. And finally we have Dark Knight's Metal number 1. This book might redefine the DC universe as we know it. I sound like I was going to crack up like I didn't believe it. No, it's just that it amazes me how good the book is. Like, I expected, after reading the casting and the Forge and being really impressed by those, I expected this to taper off and not be anywhere near as good. I was hoping it would be good, but I was like, you know what? They got, like 6 issues of this. How great can it be? And I feel like a fool for even thinking that. This was damn good. And the final page is pretty much mind-blowing to DC fan. I almost said the imprint that that character's part of, but that might have been a bit of a reveal if you start thinking of really important characters from that imprint. So I'm happy I didn't do that. Man, Batman is awesome in this book. The the plan from the Toyman to help the JLA on War Moon, not War World, War Moon. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of great stuff in here. The way it ties in everything really nice and neat to the other two chapters. There were some things, as amazing as the other two chapters were, that seemed a little bit confusing and not fully explained. A lot is explained here, but not at the extent of giving you tons of exposition without great moments to balance it all out. So, that means Dark Knight Medal #1. You have won Comicus, and you will soar up in the heavens like all the other winners of Comicus as we send you off. Ah ha 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 ha. Ah ha 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 ha. Ah ha 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 ha. Look at that bright metal star. I've never seen anything like it, except since last week when another star was sent up. It's so beautiful. Okay, everybody, I want to thank you all for watching. You have been awesome. If anyone has any questions on comic books or anything, or any suggestions for comics, let me know. You know, I'll give you a moment if you're here and you want to say anything, you know, that is comic book related. I do have to put that in place because, like, things could go just crazy and off the rails otherwise. And I really like to keep Comicus to about 30 to 45 minutes. I like to keep it tight, as they say. The only thing on me that is tight. Whoa! No. Okay, everybody. So yeah, next week we're going to be at 9 p.m. Central. On Wednesday, again, we'll be going back to Wednesday. Again, this was kind of a one-time thing, or extremely rare. I can't say one time, because what if something insane happens again? It's going to be extremely rare that it won't be on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. But I want to thank you all for watching. You've been awesome. And I thank you if you're watching this on Twitch, if you're watching it on YouTube, if you're watching it on demand on Twitch. I'd say on demand on YouTube, but it's kind of has to be. It's not. Can't really do it live there. Okay, but thank you, everybody. You've been awesome, and I hope you all have yourself a good night, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.